I missed the Oscars in terms of Best Pictures. I did not see all of them. Moreover, I didn't see what won Best Picture, which was Shape of Water. And given all the response to it after the fact, how mad people are, I don't really feel like seeing it now. So, I don't know. I wasn't really that interested in seeing it anyway, but whatever. Yeah. Um, I suppose I should talk a little bit about, like, before I go into this review of this movie, I should talk a little bit about the winners and losers at the Oscars because this was interesting, to say the least. So this this list doesn't show all of the losers as well. Okay, actress in a supporting role went to Allison Janney, which I was okay with. None of the others seemed interesting to me, and she seemed like she did a good job in that. Still haven't seen it.
I can either.
Thanks, CNN. No, you're the best at everything. Actor in a supporting role went to Sam Rockwell. I was really glad about that because he nailed it. Foreign language film, don't care. Documentary, don't care. Documentary, don't care. Original song, Mystery of Love did not win. I was really mad. like that was probably one of the most upsetting parts of the Oscars for me. It went to Coco. Like, I was thinking, like, maybe they might do This Is Me, because, I don't know. And it's like, it's got to be Mystery of Love, right? My boy Subaru Stevens needs this Oscar, and even played it at the Oscars, and they still didn't give it to him. I'm like, it's almost like when Lego Movie did Everything is Awesome at the Oscars, and it had no nominations. It wasn't even supposed to be there. Thank heavens the Boss Baby didn't get animated feature film. Adapted screenplay, Call Me by Your Name got it. I was like, okay, good. That's good. Ivory, good job. Original screenplay went to Get Out, and I was kind of upset that it didn't go to Three Billboards because Three Billboards was like a 9 out of 10 script. But I know why Get Out got it. Whatever. Gary Oldman won for Darkest Hour. I'm okay with that. Would have liked to see Timothy get it for Call Me by Your Name. Would have been okay with Daniel Day-Lewis getting it. But I'm all right with Gary Oldman. He's a good actor. Frances McDormand got for Three Billboards. I was really, really happy with that one. Director went to Guillermo del Toro. I don't know. Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread were the other ones. I think I still haven't seen Lady Bird or Shape of Water. Maybe Shape of Water had the best directing in the world. I'm doubtful. But Paul Thomas Anderson, that guy is a friggin' auteur. Shape of Water, Best Picture. Production design, friggin' Blade Runner 2049 is on here, and Shape of Water still got it. 2049 got best cinematography though. That was something I was super happy about. My boy Deakins finally getting what he deserves. Great. I was so happy with that. Costume design went to Phantom Thread, which I was happy with. Sound editing, Dunkirk. Sure. I feel like Blade Runner was a little better than that. Sound mixing, Dunkirk. Blade Runner was a little bit better. Original score went to Shape of Water. Phantom Thread, my boy Johnny Greenwood got gypped. Real mad. Visual effects went to Blade Runner. Good. Best of everything on that list. Dunkirk won Best Film Editing. Sure. Darkest Hour, makeup and hairstyling. Sure. So there's a couple things I was upset with, a couple things I was happy with. So I wasn't like, whatever. Anyway, 4 minutes in, let's get to the actual review, which is a movie called Good Time. I watched this a couple weeks ago. It's taken me long enough to get around to making the review. I saw this because of how much Your Movie Sucks has been praising it. And I was really interested in this movie for a couple reasons. One, the Safdie brothers who made it. Benny Safdie plays Robert Pattinson's brother in the film, one of the lead actors. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then also Robert Pattinson in a dramatic role that isn't Edward Cullen. I have not seen him in anything aside from the Twilight films. And like I heard he was like, what was that movie? Metropolis, Necropolis, Cosmopolitan. It's some movie, isn't it like a Soderbergh movie or David? Crap, I gotta look this up now. Um, the body horror guy, right? I'm blanking on it. That was like one of his first things where people were like, "Oh, he's David Cronenberg Cosmopolis." I feel like that was the first movie where people were like, "Maybe he has some chops." Yeah, it says 65 on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. Um, Interesting. So, uh, even during Twilight, I could see that this guy maybe had some potential. Like, obviously, he didn't care, he couldn't care less during the Twilight filming. He was directed abysmally in every single one. But every time I saw him, I'm like, maybe I'd like to see this guy do some role that gave him a little more breathing room. And then this has been getting a lot of attention, so I'm like, maybe this is my time to see him shine. And boy, did he shine, man! I knew he had it in him, and I jumped in at the right point. He nailed it in this movie. He did a fantastic job, and this movie got like no attention at the Oscars, which I thought was a travesty. Um, I would have loved to see Robert Pattinson get some kind of nomination for this movie because he did a great job. I'm not going to go into spoilers because it's a sort of unknown movie. I want people to see it. You can see like from the plot synopsis on IMDb this much, so I'll give you this much. It's Robert Pattinson and his brother, who is played by Benny Safdie, one of the filmmakers. The brother is kind of mentally handicapped. He's a little slow on the spectrum. Um, and they pull off a bank robbery, and it sort of goes south. And Robert Pattinson basically has to struggle to pull everything together to make sure that prison doesn't happen. More or less, that's most of the movie. And it's just kind of like a balls to the wall, constant ratcheting up of tension kind of movie. Um, Really great, really great, really tense, and it's a very kind of naturalistic movie too, to the point where it's like, trying to evade the cops, and it's like, I can't go to this house, I need to go over here. All these little details. It's like before this person notices, we have to do this thing, and you're like waiting for that person to notice, and you're waiting for them to finish the thing they're doing so they can move on and get away. Really tense, really good. A nice kind of natural progression of narrative as well. It never gets too big. There's maybe like, you look at the cast list and there's like 7 people in the movie. Um, really nice, has a nice progression, and the climax is really understated and subtle, and it's just like, oh, there it is. And then it's over. A nice nice scene that plays with the credits over it. Really fantastic. Benny did a great job as well. Yeah, this movie has made me. I won't say I love this movie. It was just very, very good, and it makes me really interested to see what else the Safdie brothers have done, and what else they're going to do later. Because I feel like this. I mean, this is the first time I heard of them, so maybe this movie will give them more attention. They'll be able to make some kind of mainstream, well budgeted, produced movie. They have chops. I like them. So yeah, I highly recommend Good Time. I had a good time watching it. Just a nice, solid, smartly made, simple heist movie. Family drama, subtly in there. Probably will only see it once. I probably won't ever buy it or anything like that, but really good, really good. Worth a viewing. It'll probably end up on some kind of streaming service if it's not already. If not Netflix, easily Hulu or Amazon Video, because this is a movie that they probably want to have seen. So that was that. Thank you everyone for watching. planning on seeing more movies soon. I'm finally going to be getting to Paddington 2 soon. I'm so excited for that. Now that I've seen the first Paddington, I'm like, yes, yes. I had to have my wife watch The Last Jedi finally. So we watched that. And once she gets back from Utah, where she is right now, we're going to watch Paddington 2, guys. Keep your eyes peeled. It's going to be